On an autumn evening thick with rolling fog, a traveler named Mira walked along the old hollow road. The moon was hidden behind clouds, and her lantern flickered weakly against the mist. Every few minutes she heard soft footsteps behind her, but whenever she turned, there was nothing but fog. She kept walking until an old house appeared suddenly through the mist. It was tall and dark, with broken fencing and empty windows that looked like hollow eyes. A fallen sign warned, "Hollow House, do not enter." But the wind grew colder, and the unseen footsteps behind her were getting closer. When lightning flashed far away, Mira hurried toward the porch for shelter. Before she could touch the door, it opened by itself, just a few inches. A breath of unnaturally cold air drifted out. She whispered hello, but no one answered. Still, something felt awake inside. She stepped in, and the door shut behind her on its own. The hallway was lined with dusty portraits. A stern man, a pale-eyed woman, a boy holding a wooden toy, and one empty frame. As Mira walked, the painted eyes seemed to follow her. Then a whisper drifted through the air, soft, distant, unmistakably calling her name. She tried to ignore it and entered a living room where the window was locked tight. When she looked into the glass, she saw a reflection behind her, a figure standing still. She spun around, but nothing was there. Then she heard slow, careful footsteps coming from upstairs. Despite her fear, she climbed the stairs. The air grew colder, and the whispered voice breathed against her ear. At the top, a corridor of closed doors waited. One had a pale glow of moonlight beneath it. Mira opened it and found a child's room. A small bed, a desk, and the same wooden toy from the portrait. Words were scribbled on the wall. "He walks at night. He watches the stairs. Don't follow his whisper." And carved deeply below, "He knows your name." Something moved behind the curtains. Mira whispered a shaky hello. The curtains shifted, revealing a small, motionless child with pale skin and hollow black eyes. He raised a hand and opened his mouth, but no sound came, only a cold wind that blew out her lantern. Darkness swallowed the room. Mira ran blindly into the hall. Whispering voices swelled behind her. Cold hands brushed her arms. She reached the stairs and nearly fell. At the bottom, she searched for the front door, but it was gone. The wall was smooth, as if the house had erased its own exit. She fled to the portrait hall. The once empty frame now held a new painting. A young woman with a lantern, fearful and wide-eyed. The plaque below read, "The Lost Traveler." It was her. A shadow appeared at the end of the hall, dragging something across the floor with a slow, scraping rhythm. A deep voice filled the air. "You looked back when the road warned you not to. You entered when the door warned you. Now you belong to Hollow House." Her lantern flickered with a faint blue flame. The shadow lifted an arm toward her. "You cannot leave," it said, "but you may fade." The lantern dimmed, then died. In the final second before darkness consumed everything, she heard a whisper right beside her ear, "Welcome home." The house grew silent again. Later, as the fog thinned outside, the portraits hung quietly. The stern man, the pale-eyed woman, the boy with his toy, and now the lost traveler, her lantern glowing faintly blue forever. Hollow House waited patiently, because Hollow Road always brought another traveler, another name to whisper, another portrait to fill. And when the next lonely soul walks past on a foggy night, they will hear it too, the soft footsteps behind them and the whisper calling their name. Just once, just enough to make them turn around.